I would love if, for the audience after seeing this show to not necessarily come away with sort of a bullet point list of, the ways that the, corporate form is, demonic or evil in some way. There'll be some of that in the show, just kind of explanations of the corporation as it's existed historically. But I think what you'd be much more excited for people to get out of it is maybe in a similar way that music affects you, that you're, maybe going about your day at a, certain point after having seen the show, and maybe you're at your workplace and there's an opportunity to do just exhibit some little behavior that might allow you to advance because it's putting someone else down or undermining someone else. And in those moments that there's maybe just like with music, like when, you're feeling sad or happy and a song comes into your head, there might be a recollection of a certain aspect of the play that says, you know what, maybe it wouldn't be, even if it seems like a small thing, maybe I don't need to harm another person in order to, propel and grow my career. And then from there, maybe thoughts, follow of like, why do I care so much about my career? For whom is my career? Who is it for? Who does it benefit? Those are the sorts of things I would love to have emerge for people, is just, those kinds of day-to-day considerations about how their lives are being affected by this broader, and very deliberately engineered social structure that is, aggressively expanding its purview and resources as time continues to go by. And then, maybe more a little closer to home, I would love to, have emerge from this show the possibility of meeting new people, since, people in the audience will be able to ask questions and interact with, this demon version of myself directly. There's always some hope that could lead to a conversation or a relationship or a friendship or a collaboration, beyond the confines of the showtime. And I think that's a big part of Fringe. It's a big part of the spirit of Fringe as well. So I think that would be something I would love as well for folks who come to see the show, to the extent that they're interested, to keep, in touch with me and Pam, and to teach us things they know about or that they're excited about, and, potentially, contribute to a collaborative effort to what would take a collaborative effort to not have to structure so much of our existence around the interests of corporations and incredibly wealthy, often, older white men.
What do I want the audience to get out of my play? The power of compassion and love. That how important love and compassion are. That's what I love people to, for everyone. Loving compassion, loving ourselves, loving others is very important. And that's what I hope people walk away with when they see my show.
Oh, I want the audience to just know that whatever they're going through, that it's going to get better. It's going to get better. Feelings pass. If you're feeling good, unfortunately, that's going to pass too. But that's not what we want, no matter what, because everybody's struggling. I haven't, you don't have to be a drug addict, alcoholic, or a parent of a sick and suffering addict or alcoholic. It's just, normies. We call them normies. People go through stuff, and despair, it doesn't care what color you are, what sex you are. Human beings, we experience despair. And what I want the audience to leave the musical with even if it's for like an hour, but just thinking like, bring it on. Things are going to get better no matter what.
Yeah, by the end of the musical, the audience should feel a sense of responsibility that nobody is innocent when it comes to cyberbullying. Then it's that technology has made it such commonplace for hate to be very widely accepted. And I think people should watch the show and really feel like I've said something like that to somebody before. I've communicated that to somebody before. I've noticed that when people are more genuine or don't have a wall up, I've been a little bit harsher, and I'm trying to I want everybody to kind of project themselves onto both of the main characters and see that like I've had genuine moments and I've been bullied because of it. And then I've had bad moments and I've bullied because of it. And really like see that like, okay, what steps can I take to really not really like put out a version of myself into the world, love and support people, and use that to find a way to peace and encouragement.
For all of our audience that comes to see the show Funny Bones, I want just that for them. I want them to laugh. I want them to find things funny, to just see the lighter side of life and receive a little levity from the daunting world that is out there, from this horrible pandemic that has affected every single person in the world. For them to just have a period of time where they enjoy themselves, they're entertained, they laugh, they find humor in challenging situations, in politics, in current events, that they just really just enjoy themselves.
I want the audience to get out of my play how horrible people are. I'm just kidding. Maybe. I think I want people to get out of this play that we will do. Each of these women is kind of an archetype of us. And so I think if there's the ability to kind of let down our walls and for a moment go, this is how I hold on to my privilege, or this is how I hold on to my power, or this is how I otherize other people, then I think that is the job done. It has I won't describe the ending, but I think that I hope people leave with that.
What we really would like the audience to get out of it, and I know this sounds facetious, but just a good time and laugh. You know, it's a comedy, and we want people to really have a good time and laugh a lot. And if they think about what they're watching at the same time, not to suggest they're political or anything, it's not that, but just, you know, there are statements being made in some of the sketches about society and how people respond to others, et cetera, that wouldn't be terrible if you walk out of there going, now that I think of it, that's probably not the way I should act that way. Or but overall, I mean, first and foremost, any producer of comedy, I mean, it's obvious, I guess, will tell you that we want people to laugh. If they're not laughing, then something's wrong with your comedy.
What do I want the audience to come after they get up out of their seats, or when they watch on live stream? Do they have secrets that they're hiding from themselves to their loved ones? Will this help them as far as maybe helping their own selves out? And maybe they'll see themselves in the characters, because regardless of the color of the skin or sexual orientation or how tall or short the performers are, we can see ourselves in whatever we see, or we know someone who's there that we see. So yeah, I would say for the most part, I want the audience to try to figure out, have they really been truthful of themselves as far as who they really are, as far as their definition of who they are, and really soul search, trying to find those answers.
I want the audience to be able to, or to have a desire to debate, not necessarily have a strong view one way or the other, because it is a very tough, unanswerable question, but at least want the audience to really want to talk about how much you can judge a person by that person's past. The tagline for this play is, what it says on the poster is even, how much can you judge someone by his worst day? I mean, we all do bad things, but some people do worse things than others. There are certain things so bad that they're unforgivable. But what if it was motivated by a whole lifetime of pain? Even was this what they did? Is that still no excuse? But if it isn't, does that mean that affects how we see them forever? Can people not be redeemed? If they can, what is it to take? And what if they acknowledge it's wrong? I mean, so many factors that go into how much you can overlook a person's past, how much you think, how much you let influence your viewpoint on them in the present day. And I really try to get my play to attack that question from all fronts. I challenge on all cylinders. I'm going to want the audience afterwards feeling stimulated, ready to discuss that for hours on end with whomever they came to watch Mother Grace with. I look forward to the actors having gone all the guidance they have from Stephen and from the writer here, performing their hearts out, giving up giving performances of which I'd be incredibly proud. And also, this Inversion was a comedy, is a comedy drama, so I could count on laughs, tell me how the audience felt. Obviously, it's harder with drama, but I'm hoping to see moved looks, tears even on audience members' faces. Some people told me that's how I felt after the reading last year. I can't imagine how they feel following an actual performance with the actors interacting in the same space. So, yeah, sure, answer your question. I hope not be moved by the performers, but get signals that the audience is also, I'd love for my play to have that effect.
I hope that my story could, turn on some lights. Like when you're listening to something and you do this, right? Oh my God, I've never thought about it that way. I've never, considered that perspective on that problem. When you talk about domestic violence or verbal violence or lack of love, it's not easy to have a big picture about it, because every story is different, because we react to the same event differently according to our way to be. I'm a very reactive person, and therefore I kick every stone I find on the ground. I don't let go anything. I need to face and solve every problem. I don't leave anything to the casualty. Other people don't do that. And maybe they could suffer more or less. I don't know. But what I know is that my story, yes, it's mine, but belongs to a lot of people. And if my way to react to it can help to feel lighter someone else, I did my job, if we can consider it a job.